My dear brothers and sisters, in the course of these last few days, we've been reading about the creation account, creation of man and woman, and we seem to have come to a climax or an anticlimax. When God created us human beings in the beginning, there was so much of unity among God and us. It is that God was walking with the human beings in the garden, so much of closeness. And as usual, when there's so much of closeness with people, somebody comes, instigates as a good person. Here we saw in the first reading how Satan is so jealous about the closeness between man and God that he instigates, comes as a good person, instigates, tempts Adam and Eve to move away from God. Seeing this tells us, in spiritual exercises, Satan comes as a good person, as a good angel to tempt people, to move people away from God. So we saw how Satan tempts Eve, that the fruit which is there on the tree is a good fruit. If you eat, it will become like the Maker, like the Creator. And so you find that Eve and Adam fall into it. Therefore, we need to be careful when we make decisions. That is, does the thought come to us from the good spirit, or does the thought come from the evil spirit? And evil spirit comes in the devious ways, tempting us, go away from God. In the Gospel passage, we heard something unique. When Jesus performed miracles, he didn't have to touch people, he didn't have to come and close to them. He knew a word was enough to heal people. Oh, at times he did touch. But today is a different story told by Mark, where he is in the region of the Samaritans, Decapolis, Sidon, where Samaritans, who are called the non-Jews, resided. And their priests will perform miracles in a different way. So Jesus never adapts his so-called the methodology to heal people according to where he is. And knowing that he is a different place, he heals the person who is deaf and dumb in a different way. He touches him, he puts his hand into his mouth. He says, this is the way how the priests of this area will do. Now we come to ourselves. Don't we adapt ourselves to different situations? When you see elderly people among us, don't we become like them? Because when they are in an old age, very old, we become little children. So we also tend to become like them. Also, when our children growing up, we tend to adapt ourselves to different. Therefore, the Lord today invites us to reflect how often do we adapt ourselves to situations. When there's a storm, how do we react? When there's an earthquake, how do we react? In different way. So the Lord today invites us, look into ourselves and asks us, are we willing to adapt ourselves when the Lord invites us to, in a way, to respond to situations at home or around us, that we be like Him, so that the response that we get from people is pleasing not only to us, to God. We ask God to give us the grace that whatever deafness and dumbness is in our hearts that prevents us to come close to Him, the Lord may take it away.